Guys, welcome. Super excited to do this training for you. I was talking to Rochelle earlier and I was like, I think I want to do some sort of value for the group and just kind of give you guys a different avenue in how to, reach us and, just provide some training outside of the group. Have you guys have the opportunity to just come on here and hang out. So my outcomes for you guys tonight is pretty much just teach you the 10 keto commandments. This is the rules or lifestyle that I live by. These are all types of things that I try to achieve. I know I call it the 10 commandments, just funny, but these are like literally my outline of how to do keto simply, easily, without losing your mind. If anybody has any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat box. Make sure you are muting yourself when you come on. And if you have questions, again, pop them in the chat box, but also just unmute yourself and be like, hey, Mandy, can you clarify something or other? So the first things first is that when people start doing the ketogenic diet, you guys, everybody, there's familiar faces on here. But for those that don't listen to the lives or things I teach, the first thing I say before you get into anything is really remember your why and a deep-rooted outcome as to why you're doing what you're doing. So many people get frustrated with their health and wellness and say, okay, on Monday, I'm going to try keto, or on Monday, I'm going to just do no dairy, or I'm going to do blah, blah, blah to solve the problem. But realistically, they're not really having a deep-rooted why, which is why they fall off by the end of the weekend. Does that make sense to everyone? Does everyone have their whys down? If you feel like sharing your why, definitely pop it in the chat box. I would absolutely love to know what those are. But if you don't have your why, you're really going to have a hard time saying no to those people who bringing in pizza at work, or when you want to go have a couple cocktails with your friends, or whatever the case may be. Having that concrete why is going to help you overcome temptation and things like that. So you're able to really be like, okay, no, this is my why. So my outcome and my why is to reduce my inflammation, to have a leaner, tighter, more strong body, because I wasn't happy in my body for a really long time. So whenever I'm and also to overcome these food allergies that I just found out that I have, that's my why. And I cannot cheat. And if I cheat, it's basically starting the clock back over again. So I am in it to win it for the long haul. So not only from a physical reaction, I have to say no, but from an also, a health and wellness longevity. I don't want to be in a wheelchair by the time I'm 40. So I can't, I know I laugh about burritos, but I'm genuinely allergic to them and I genuinely cannot have them. So that's my why. So Patty says that she's in it for a better health. Yeah, for sure. So making sure you have that is the first thing. The second thing is all of everybody that starts keto, and people, they always think that keto is this whole bacon, butter, tons of dairy, really just heavy on the keto substitutes, keto cheesecake, those types of things. And it's actually clean keto foods are sticking to what? Meat, veggies, healthy fats. I feel like I should write a song. I repeat myself over and over again, but really doing meat, veggies, healthy fats is the true premise of keto. It's not going crazy with keto desserts. It's not having buffalo bacon dip every other day. If you can really master meat, veggies, healthy fats, you're never going to have to count a macro. You're never going to have to count a calorie. And the reason why is because meat, veggies, healthy fats are how we're genetically designed to be fueled. And meat, veggies, healthy fats is super low in calories except for the fatty parts, because meat doesn't have that many calories, veggies don't really have that many calories. The carbs from veggies don't really count because of the fiber. And it's all of that stuff regulates your insulin, meaning that you're gonna perform better, think better, better mental clarity. And the calories are very minimal. So the real way to lose weight is by having a calorie deficit. So if you're eating meat, veggies, healthy fats, and then moving your body, which we'll go into in a little bit, you're gonna have success. And that's just something across the board because you're eating a lower calorie food and then you're moving your body, you're creating a calorie deficit. So the fat loss is gonna happen without having to count. Does that make sense to everybody? Awesome. Okay. So the third thing is you make sure that you check your ingredients. So your ingredients and not your nutrition label. So let's use Slim Fast for an example. Slim Fast has these new keto products out, but guess what? All of the ingredients in the keto, like the maltodextrin, the sucralose, those types of things will actually spike your insulin. So just because it says 0 on a label doesn't mean it's gonna not have a reaction in your body. So you're gonna wanna check the labels. And if you can't pronounce it, guys, you probably shouldn't be consuming it. It's really, 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 really important to make sure that you're checking the labels. Same thing with Powerade Zero. Powerade Zero, how many times has it almost tried to be posted or discussed in our group about, oh, I use Powerade Zero for electrolyte. Well, if you actually read the ingredients of a Powerade Zero and not look at the nutrition label, but actually read the ingredients, it's horrifying. It looks like a chemical shitstorm inside the glass because there's things you can't pronounce. There's maltodextrin, dextrose, artificial flavorings, and it even says right on it, less than 1% electrolyte. So that there should be a clear indication that you shouldn't be consuming it. Is that, everyone follow me on that? Awesome. Okay, speaking of electrolytes, so the number 4 thing is consuming real micronutrients and not sports drink, Powerade Zero, whatever. So you want to be getting quality electrolytes. Quality electrolytes, guys, these are super important and often overlooked even by me sometimes. I was having crazy muscle cramps. I was taking electrolytes, but I wasn't taking enough. And you need to be staying up on this because, sometimes people think, oh, well, I'm eating true keto, meat, veggies, healthy fats. Like, I don't really need it. Or I'm not doing keto. I don't need electrolytes. So electrolytes are really just like sweat profile. Okay. It sounds really gross or weird, but like we lose fluids, like a gallon of fluid a day. So that includes like your pee, your poop, like your sweat, like all of that stuff. You really need to be replacing it. And that 10X is when you're doing the ketogenic diet, because the ketogenic diet is how we're genetically designed to eat. And you're going to be starting performing better and you're going to be losing more electrolytes. So that's why like the keto flu happens, headaches, muscle cramps, things like that. So it's really, really important to be getting them. I absolutely love 40,000 volts by Trace Minerals. Pink salt is okay, but it doesn't have the strong profile like Trace Minerals does. So highly suggest if you don't have those to make sure that you're getting those in. And then also if you're not getting electrolytes and you're dehydrated, you definitely are going to you're going to see some stalls and fat loss too. So make sure that you're getting those quality electrolytes, okay? Number 5 is moving your body. So like how many people struggle with moving your body on the ketogenic diet and are very, very food focused? Yeah, I see your hands raised, Dina. And me too. But making this stuff a priority, and I'm not saying that you guys need to go and be crazy gym rats. Like that's really not necessary at all. But what you do need to be doing is getting NEAT exercise. So what is NEAT exercise? NEAT exercise is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is a really awesome term for parking really, really far away at Target and then walking in and buying the stuff that you don't need, right? So making conscious efforts to move your body, taking the stairs instead of an elevator, walking up and down the stairs a few times, walking around the block a few times with your dog, going an extra mile or 2 walking. The reason why I also promote this stuff is because it really de-stresses you. And I'll cover like self-care and things like that here in a little bit. But it's really important that you're getting the movement in. Again, it goes back to creating that calorie deficit. If you're not creating that calorie deficit, you really are doing yourself a disservice because you're so food focused, but not getting any movement in. Plus, it's really, really good for your cognitive benefits. So you're going to want to make sure that you're moving your body. And don't over exercise. This is another thing that I definitely don't think I cover enough. So a lot of people say, well, Mandy, I'm working out 4 times a week, 5 times, 6 times, 7 days a week, sometimes at 4 in the morning. These people are like crazy exercising. That actually can go against you. So your body actually doesn't know the difference between whether or not you're on the elliptical for hours on end or if you're being chased by a bear. So our body goes into fight or flight mode. And when you are in an active state of stress, whether or not you're doing cardio or in a state of actual stress, your body just knows stress. So if you're over exercising and you're in a constant state of stress, your body's actually going to hold on to its fat stores as a protection mechanism, and you're not going to lose your fat because your body's freaking out. So make sure that you're doing NEAT exercises. Make sure that you're doing weight training. Make sure you're not doing the over cardio stuff because you don't want to overstimulate and overstress out your body. And we'll go into like more stress stuff in a minute, but just saying, make sure you're having a good balance of moving your body and not overdoing it. Number 6 is be easy on the dairy. How I was talking to you earlier, meat, veggies, healthy fats. So dairy is actually really hard to digest, especially the hormones and like the proteins in our cow's milk. Come to find out, I'm actually allergic to cow's milk, and I've been off of the cheese and all this stuff, and I can see a significant difference just in 4 days of just eating a strict ketogenic diet, not even having the capabilities of cheating, and I'm seeing dramatic changes eating just what I can, and I'm telling you guys, you're going to see less bloating, you're going to see easier digestion, and by just really sticking to the meat, veggies, healthy fats. So number 7 is fasting. So how many of you guys practice intermittent fasting? Perfect. Yeah. So intermittent fasting is really amazing. Shrinking that time window of when you're eating. So I always say not eating past 8 p.m. The reason why is because you want to actually give your body time to digest its dinner, and you want to signal to your body that it's actually time to go to sleep. So filling your belly right before dinner, you're going to cause some digestive commotion and things like that, and your body's not going to actually be able to go right into sleep. So you're going to want to make sure that you don't eat past 8 or 9, and then eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. Remember this, eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. If you're not hungry, don't eat. I don't know who decided this whole thing about, oh, well, I need to make sure that I'm eating 3 to 5 meals a day to keep my metabolism burning. No, guys, just eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. And if you're eating a true ketogenic diet, you're going to have an amazing result. What did you change heavy cream to, or are you just using keto cream? So Danielle, so I'm actually I had a nice negotiation with Dr. Jeremy. I got my food tests back, and although I couldn't have avocados and coconut, I said, could I have keto cream? And he said, yes, we can try it. And I'm actually seeing pretty good changes. I actually knew that keto cream probably wouldn't bother me because when I do fasting, for longer periods of time, so after the 60 hours, I'll do like a keto cream and coffee, and then continue fasting for a little bit. And I knew that I probably wouldn't have a reaction. So far, so good. And I've been dramatically seeing results in my inflammation. So I think I'm pretty good. And if you guys, like, if you don't have milk allergies or you don't see bloating and you feel like you can digest cheese and meat and heavy cream and stuff like that, have at it, but like you have to be your own experiment, right? So if you're not seeing results and you're heavy on the dairy, reduce the dairy down or take it out completely. But 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons in a coffee or something like that, I don't think it's going to really make or break you. For me personally, I know it will because I just know that I've tested positive for milk allergies. But play with whatever you need to. So hopefully, Danielle, that actually answered your question. If it didn't, let me know. And then nuts. Yeah, I'm not sure who SZQ is, but yeah. So I actually just learned, because I don't count anything. I kind of just eyeball things, but a little handful of nuts is actually 100 calories. So how many times have you guys had a scoopful of a scoopful of almonds is 100 calories. So how many times have you guys had like 4 or 5, 6 scoops of nuts per day, right? That's actually 600 calories on top of whatever you're eating throughout the day. So you're thinking you're snacking, which actually turns out to be like a whole like calorie load. And you're going to want to, like, that's why I say, you know, when people come to me and they say they're not losing weight, I always troubleshoot, you know, are you doing a lot of dairy? How many snacks? Like, what are you really eating? And a lot of it is nuts. So I would say nuts are keto. Yes, they're because they're low carb, but they also are high in calories. So if you're not seeing results that you would like, reduce or remove the amount of nuts that you're taking. And remember, make sure that you're doing low carb nuts. So like almonds are fine, peanuts are fine, cashews are really high in carbs. Macadamia nuts are not so bad, but cashews are definitely higher in carbs. So you're going to want to make sure that to be aware. And again, it goes back to reading ingredients. So hopefully that answered your question. So back to intermittent fasting. I actually, you know, I love intermittent fasting. Again, I don't eat past 8. And then in the morning, I'll do a keto cream with coffee. And then I'll have a pure therapeutic ketone. And then I'll eat, you know, maybe around 2 or 3 p.m. I usually really only eat 1 meal a day, and sometimes 2 if I'm really hungry, but that is what I stick to. And that's what a lot of my clients stick to as well. And they see really, really good results. Again, eating this bunch of times a day is like not really necessary. And then also I actually, I'll go into the fasting thing in a second, Dina. I actually want to talk about the Keto Reboot. So the Keto Reboot's an amazing, amazing thing. That's in addition to regular intermittent fasting. We do them once a month. They use pure therapeutic ketones, and it's a really good way to press the reset button on your metabolism. You literally do whatever is in the kit for 60 hours plus water and a little additional electrolyte if you need it. And it really detoxifies your body. Did you guys know that you're exposed to 100,000 chemical toxins per day before you even leave the house? So yeah, like things like cleaners, things like candles, things like allergens inside your house, dust, those types of things you're exposed to that. So if you're exposed to that all day before you even leave the house, and then once you get to your office, once you go into a public bathroom, once you go into wherever, you're exposed to all these chemicals and toxins and things like that. So it's really, really, really important to make sure that you're detoxifying every single month, regardless of whether you're super strict keto, like I'm being super strict, but I'm going to do a keto reboot because I want to detoxify my body. Or if you had way too many burritos, you definitely want to do a keto reboot to press the reset button and get started. So whoever, invited you to this call, make sure you get back with them. If I invited you, make sure you send me a message. We'll get you on the wait list. The keto reboots are available the first couple days of the month. They always sell out. So make sure you're getting on that wait list if you are interested in doing a keto reboot. We do them as a group. You never do them alone. Trust me, I've done them alone, and I've psycho-stalked Rochelle and Dr. Jeremy because I needed a friend to coach me through, because, of course, when you say, well, you can't eat for 60 hours, all your mind's going to think of is food. Patty said that she's on her second reboot tonight. Congratulations. But the results are astounding. It's rooted in science. The 60 hours is there for a reason. Although magic happens between hour 50 and 60 while you're sleeping. The detoxification happens around that time because the first 24 to 48 hours, your body's burning off of that glucose. And then once your body's into that natural state of ketosis while you're drinking ketones, you're going to have an amazing result, because that magic happens when you're in that ketosis state. So getting back to your question, Dina, so does keto cream break a fast? This is my philosophy on fasting, and I'm just going to take a sip of water because I can feel myself like needing to cough. So hold on. So fasting by definition, and there's like so many different answers to this on the interwebs. But what do I always teach? I always say, do what feels good for you, right? So fasting by definition means abstaining from. So like, are you abstaining from food? Are you abstaining from coffee? Are you abstaining from social media? Are you abstaining from your husband? Like, whatever, you set the rules to your fast. So for me personally, the reason why I do intermittent fasting is not even because I'm consciously doing intermittent fasting. I am doing intermittent fasting because I'm just not genuinely hungry, and I wake up in the morning and I do a keto cream in my coffee, and that fills me up. So I'm not going to eat in the morning if I'm not hungry. So I just go ahead and, am I practicing conscious fasting? No, but like, I feel good. I feel detoxified. I feel less puffy. I'm not hungry. So like, I feel like that's a good thing. So if you want to do intermittent fasting and have keto cream, then get on with your bad self. You decide that. So, like I said, there's like a whole bunch of different, answers to that, but true definition. But like, you can do a master cleanse. You can do a juice fast. You can do a keto reboot. Like, all of those are protocols, and they're all fasting protocols. So like, what is right and what's wrong? There's no right or wrong. Does that make sense? And then when's everyone doing the next reboot? So yeah, I actually would like, so Thanksgiving's coming up, and I don't know about you. Well, I can't, but like, I don't know about you guys, but like, let's be serious. Like, y'all are gonna have apple pie. Y'all are gonna have stuffing. You guys are gonna go have at it, or I'm making an assumption, but like, me and Rochelle are going to actually do a live on this, because, so for me, I said that we should do it after Thanksgiving, and she says before Thanksgiving, so that you've already fasted and you're not going to want to go crazy at dinner on Thanksgiving. So I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I think, again, it goes back to the fasting, and you set the rules. Like, when is it good for you? I'm pretty sure we're going to have people doing it before Thanksgiving, and I think we're going to have people doing it after. I'm personally going to do it probably after the fact, not because I can cheat. It's just because I already just did one last week. So that's going to be my decision. But whenever, even if you do even if you saved your you bought a keto reboot and you saved it, and you want to do it on like the like 7th of the month, right? You're never alone. We have our group that you're able to utilize. So like, all you have to do is just post in the group, hey guys, I'm doing my keto reboot. Can somebody be my accountability buddy? So I just want to make that clear too. Like, you're never alone. That's what I love about our community. Like, we're all there to support and love on each other. So like, whatever you want to do, you can do. But as a group, I'm sure we'll have both. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of support available from all of us. Okay. So number 8 is drink water. So this is actually something that I struggle with a lot of the time. It's something that I have to like make conscious efforts to like remind myself to drink water, and like, I have a special cup that I like to drink out of. But making sure that you're hydrated is really, really important. It's not only good for like anti-aging and detoxifying, but it's really good, obviously staying hydrated. It goes back to the electrolyte situation. Making sure that you are staying hydrated. Everything performs better inside your body when you're hydrated. Your body's 70% water. So if you're constantly losing water and not replenishing, it's a problem. And if you're showing signs of muscle cramps, you're showing signs of, cotton mouth, you're showing signs of dehydration, you're already way past the point of like a little dehydrated. Like, you need to get more. So I always say, like, shoot for a gallon a day and you guys will be good. And like, even if you'll see a difference when you drink more water. Like, yeah, it's really annoying to pee every 10 minutes, but like, making sure that you're hydrated is super, super important on the ketogenic diet. Number 9 is making sleep a priority. So if you're not sleeping, you're not resetting, you're not repairing, and then you're not losing, and you're not performing optimally, you probably want to shoot your husband, and your stress levels are up. And when you're not sleeping because you're not performing right at work, or like thinking optimally, and then you're standing with your keys in your hands and you're like, where's my keys? If you're not sleeping, like, you have to make it a priority. So for me, I actually just ordered blue light blocking glasses because I have this crazy ring light on. But sleep hygiene in general is really important. And what I mean by making it a priority is, again, practicing that sleep hygiene, not being exposed to blue lights right before bed 2 hours prior, making sure that you're shutting the electronics and TV down, practicing some self-care, writing in a journal, giving gratitude, all of that stuff to start telling your body, okay, it's time to start winding down. It's time to start going to sleep. It's really, really important that you're doing that. And if you're exposed to blue lights, if you're not practicing self-care, you're constantly watching TV, it's a problem. You're signaling to your body that it's still time to be awake. And if you're not winding down and practicing steps to wind down, it's going to be a lot harder to get into that REM sleep where you're repairing and resetting. Is everyone with me so far? Awesome. Okay, so number 10 is be patient and don't compare. So how many people actually just had this? Somebody said, well, I've seen so many people have such results on this ketogenic diet. I don't understand why I'm not. Well, your journey is different than Dina's journey, and my journey is different than Rochelle's journey and Angel's journey. And like, we're all different human beings. Did you know that biological twins, if you give them the same protocol for some sort of something, may or may not have the same reaction? You're a different human with different microbiome, with different hormones, with different predisposed things. Like, you can't compare yourself to like Kim Kardashian, right? Because she has like a million people to make her pretty and millions of dollars to do that. But what I really want to empower you guys is to understand that like your journey is your own journey. And then just please, 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 like, set your why, follow your why with your heart and your passion, and don't look to the left or right. Just keep moving forward 1% of the time. Oh, girl, you're fine. Dina, I didn't even notice that you were chewing, but okay, cool. Thanks. So just making sure that like your journey is your own journey and not getting a case of compare-itis. Are you with me so far? And this happens in anything. This isn't just with weight loss. Like, how many of you guys like have compare-itis at work, or like compare yourself to like a sibling, or like mindset stuff? It's like compare-itis is a sick disease and no one should have it. Like, you are on your own journey. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are smart. You are talented. You are worth so much more than you probably give yourself credit for. And I just want to empower you to like enjoy the freaking journey, because once you get to the destination, it's probably like, oh, so this is it. It's the journey that really matters. And I think it's important to just remember that like each step matters, and each step is your own, and you can either hate it the entire time or love it the entire time, and understand that like every step's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. And just enjoy the ride on the way there. So those are the Keto 10 Commandments that I absolutely love. Patty's asking, back to electrolytes, do you suggest waiting for symptoms or taking them every day as a precaution? I suggest taking them every day as a precaution until you poop. I hate answering that question of like how much, because I don't know. Someone's magnesium tolerance could be way higher than someone else's. So like if I say a tablespoon, somebody might kill me if they take a tablespoon and they're in the bathroom all day. So I would do a couple drops every couple hours until you reach your like, okay, this is my threshold. I can't really take any more. Because once you show signs and symptoms of a lack of electrolyte imbalance, it's probably too late, and it's going to take a lot longer for you to get back on again. So making sure that you are really staying ahead of it is super important. Because even me, like when I had cramps the other night, like it was really like very aggressive, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I like didn't take electrolytes for a couple days. So making sure that you are taking those. And then, so those are like basically the 10 commandments. Those are like things that I absolutely love teaching on. But one thing I didn't really talk about that I think is really important is self-care and journaling. This is something that was like very out of my comfort zone for a really long time. I actually didn't teach on it for a while because I was exploring it myself. When I was challenged to do it, I felt really silly. I thought people were going to read my journal. I thought people were going to think my gratitude. Like I was very judgmental of my own thoughts. But the whole point of journaling is to get out of your head and onto the paper, just to let things out, because once you read things, you're like, oh, it's really not that bad, right? So it doesn't have to be a Dear Diary thing. It can be anything. Like, I just challenge everyone to start with 10 things you're grateful for and start from there. Or like anything that you feel called to write, just write it down and get it out. If you're feeling, yeah, Tony says that it's hard for her. Yeah, I hear you. I just think it's just really, don't judge your thoughts. Don't judge your gratitudes. Like, just get in the habit of doing it. The reason why I say start with gratitude is because if you start the day in gratitude, you're not going to have a bad attitude, because you're already thankful for so many things in the morning. So, or at night before you go to bed, you're going to set your intent, you're going to set your self up for success by doing gratitude every day. And then as you get into the gratitude stuff, things are going to start coming to you that you're going to want to write out. Like, I'll give you guys an example. So yeah, I just write and you can call it God, universe, whatever, karma, it doesn't really matter. Take whatever word that you want and just write, or write to yourself, or write to your angels, or write to a loved one, write to whoever. It doesn't really matter, just as long as you're getting things out of your head. So yeah, I mean, I'll share this with you guys. So right before I came on, I was actually cutting content for a super awesome, amazing website that I'm building that I'm going to announce on Tuesday, and I'm really excited about it. But I wrote, as I sit here cutting content for my membership, I pray that the words of inspiration comes through me. Whatever I need to say be spoken easily. Whatever lessons I need to teach comes to me. Anything that my heart needs to speak on comes out easily. And the words are found with ease and grace. I also declare, I'm not going to go into that. I just set a goal for what I want. And yeah, so I write stuff like that sometimes. Sometimes I write, today is great, thank you. That's what I wrote the other day. I'm in a great headspace, thank you. I don't write to anyone, I just write. And I think that this is a very important practice to get into, because it just really gets you out of your thoughts. Because how many of you guys have thoughts over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then they're not healthy, you're worrying about things. It just really gets you centered, and it's something that I'm really passionate about and encouraging all of my clients and everyone to do, even if it's just setting an intention for the day. Today I really want X. Today I want to feel X. Fill in the blank. So that's the one thing. And then the other thing is, I absolutely love practicing self-care. So shutting your phone off, taking a bubble bath, going to make conscious efforts to get a massage or your nails done or something like that, because it goes into de-stressing. Because the higher state stress level that we're in, the harder it is to lose weight, because you're in a constant state of stress. When you're in a constant state of stress, your hormones are just all over the place, and it's really hard to drop weight and keep your energy up and perform optimally. So I really think taking an active choice in practicing self-care is super important. So that is all that. How do you guys feel so far? Good? Awesome. Okay. So the last thing I wanted to cover is, so when we eat meat, veggies, healthy fats, a primary diet of meat, veggies, healthy fats, how many of you guys are familiar with pure therapeutic ketones? Yeah. Some people. Okay, so pure therapeutic ketones are my secret weapon for not only myself, but for my clients. Michelle, I see your hand raised. Does that mean that you know what pure therapeutic ketones are, or do you have a question? And feel free to unmute. Hi. Hey.
I use them.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. Good. Yeah, so pure therapeutic ketones, I absolutely love them. I highly encourage, if you're not doing them, to at least get a 10-day experience of them. What are pure therapeutic ketones? It is your insurance policy into ketosis. So I'm going to bust a few myths that I've noticed that a lot of people ask me these questions. So people are like, well, I'm not going to take pure therapeutic ketones because I'm cheating, or I'm not doing a ketogenic diet, so like I don't want to waste them. So I actually say that if you do nothing else while you're cheating, is to take pure therapeutic ketones, because they're in your insurance policy to regulate your insulin and make sure that your body's not storing those carbs that you just consumed. Your body's going to burn the ketones after it burns the carbs. So you definitely want to make sure that if you are off the rails, especially on Thanksgiving, to have pure therapeutic ketones on hand, because it's going to make you not eat as much. It's going to control the carb cravings. Like, how many of you guys unleash the carb beast and you can't get it back in, and you're trying and trying and trying and trying and trying? Well, this is actually going to lock your carb beast right back in, because you're going to be, again, regulating your insulin, having an amazing ketone in your mouth. That could be chocolate or sweet flavored or whatever. So it's going to satisfy you. And it's going to suppress your hunger hormone. So you're eating less. Your intermittent fasting is going to be a lot easier. Your cognitive function. How many of you guys eat Thanksgiving dinner and you like pass out right afterwards because you have such a high carb load? So that's actually, you're going to be like the person who's running around cleaning all through Thanksgiving because you had pure therapeutic ketones. And they're not just for fat loss. Like, again, the cognitive benefits are amazing. I personally, for some reason, bought pure therapeutic ketones because I saw somebody posting, and I had such health challenges about 2.5 years ago, and they helped mitigate my joint mobility issues so much. I was actually not able to walk down the stairs one foot in front of the other. And as soon as I had a pack of pure therapeutic ketones, I was able to do that. And then within 5 days, I had my entire life back. And I like cannot tell you, like, this stuff is legit. No, should you waste your money on other things that say BHB on them? So beta hydroxybutyrate is a ketone. The only pure therapeutic ketone on the market are the ones that the company that I represent, called Prove It. And I do not recommend anything else, because you get what you pay for. Most are labeled wrong. Most do not have enough amino acids to even elevate your blood ketone levels. I just highly encourage you just to give it a go and experience it for yourself. Donna is super obsessed with them. Danielle's on here. Rochelle's on here. Angel's on here. We all absolutely love them. And I think, you can keto and burrito with pure therapeutic ketones. Does that mean that you can just eat burritos all day, every day and expect to lose a ton of weight? No, but it really allows you to live in a world where carbs happen, but ketones can happen too. So get with whoever invited you to watch this group, or watch this video. They're truly amazing, super focused while taking these. Yeah, me too. Unleash is a total kick in the pants. Absolutely. Danielle says, love PTKs. Donna says, can't wait to get home after more than 2 weeks away, because I should have at least 3 different orders waiting for me to open. Oh my goodness. Awesome. Yeah. So if you have not tried them and you're watching this video, get with whoever shared this video with you. If that was me, send me a personal message and we'll get you started on a 10-day flavor experience. The flavor experience comes with all the flavors that are available, a mixture of all of them. I genuinely cannot keep this stuff in my house. As soon as I buy 200 servings, the 200 servings are sold. So the trials come in miscellaneous packs, but you will get a sample of, most of them, and it's really awesome. So give it a try it for yourself. And if you have any questions about that, just feel free to reach out. Does anybody have any questions before we start wrapping up? Because I absolutely want to give you guys some value, answer any questions you have about this lifestyle, pure therapeutic ketones, reboots, intermittent fasting, whatever keto is on your mind. Let's talk about it. I'm going to toss it to you and stop talking. And I like doing these Zooms because we do have the opportunity to talk back and forth. So please utilize it for sure. No, everyone's perfect and you're going to eat meat, veggies, healthy fats. Michelle says, is it okay to still work out on the keto reboot? Yes. That's actually a very common question. Thank you for bringing that up. So when you are actually rebooting, it is a really awesome opportunity to hit some personal records. When you're in a laser focused ketosis state, when your body's producing its own ketones, and you're drinking ketones, you're running on a dual fuel source. So you're actually probably able to, ooh, sorry, just burped, excuse me, that was gross. When you're actually able to hit personal records. For those that don't know, I actually have my knees replaced, my left one done twice. And I cannot run, but I do the elliptical just to deplete my body of its glycogen and kickstart the detox a little bit more. And I did an 8-minute mile after not being able to run for over 15 years while I was doing Keto Reboot. So like I highly suggest definitely doing rebooting. And it encourages detox and things like that. So yes, absolutely. Is homemade bone broth a good addition with PTKs to do a type of cleanse? Donna, yeah. So on the Keto Reboot, the one you're doing the kit, I'm going to say no. But if you are making some sort of like intermittent fast or something like that, yeah, have at it. Do whatever works for you. Can I just do PTKs and keto? Was an athlete, but joint pain. Yeah. Now I share the same joint mobility issues. You can do PTK and keto. That's what I'm doing. But as of a week prior to now, I was doing keto, burrito, and PTKs. I just was doing a different lifestyle, but now my outcome is different. So I'm doing strict keto, removing my allergens, reducing my joint inflammation because I know what's causing it now. But yeah, like you can do whatever you want. Like this is what's so great about pure therapeutic ketones because they're versatile. Like they're for babies, they're for 80-year-olds, they're for anybody. Like my dog can have them. Yeah. How is the best way to grow muscle mass and keeping it keto? I am not a physiologist. I think you should definitely talk to Ryan Lowry and look up the muscle PhD. I do know that when you're drinking pure therapeutic ketones, you will grow muscle a lot faster while doing the ketogenic diet. But like in terms of the physiology and like how to specifically do that, like I can't answer that question. I'm going to defer that to the Ketogenic Bible and Ryan Lowry and Jacob Wilson. Do you have a specific electrolyte? Yes, I like Trace Minerals 40,000 volts. Anything by Trace, well, not anything by Trace Minerals because there's some gimmicky products that they have that I don't like that are high in sugar. But 40,000 volts Trace Minerals, you can get it on Amazon or get it through them. Fire away, guys. We have a couple more minutes. Happy to help. Feel free to unmute too, so I'm not just talking to myself. If nobody has any other questions, then we can call it a wrap. Last call. Anybody? All right, guys. Yeah, no problem. I'm super happy to have helped. I hope you guys got some value out of this. I'm going to post the recording in the group. You guys have an amazing night, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.